All right, so today I want to talk about essentially burying your head in the sand, right? So this video was inspired to me by I've got quite a diverse range of music taste. I listen to a lot of random stuff, right? I used to be a one artist man. I would listen to one artist, get bored, listen to one artist. It'd be like years. I'd learn their entire catalogue of music, every lyric, every song, and then move on to another artist, learn everything about them. I was like obsessed with one artist at a time, right? Pause, drink your water. Now, I listen to lots of different shit, essentially, right? So I was listening to this song called Little Dark Age, right? You may know it. It's quite popular on like reels and shorts and memes and that, That's where I first heard it, to tell you the truth. I was listening to it, and I was listening to it today as well, specifically, but it has a lyric in it which was, if you hide, it doesn't go away. And this was thought-provoking for me. There's a few lyrics in that song that have like inspired some thoughts for myself. So I might do another video about some of the other lyrics in that song. It's a reasonably good song if you kind of like that type of music. I don't know if I like that type of music. I like that song for sure. But the point. So a little thing to know about me first. I'm someone who historically has suffered with anxiety. Last year, 2023, I had 6 months of real bad mental health and real bad anxiety. And I thought, at the start of the year and the previous year, it was pretty much non-existent, like not bad. I've got quite good mechanisms for coping with it, not avoiding it, but what can I say? Monitoring how much I'm sensitive to it and avoiding triggers of it. Not avoiding triggers of it, but not getting triggered by the things that would trigger me, if you know what I mean. Understanding the things that would trigger me and consciously not getting triggered by it. But I just had an absolute flat out 6 months, terrible anxiety, different things. I've had bad anxiety, just general anxiety. I've had bad social anxiety. I've had bad health anxiety. I've had bad, like I said, telephone anxiety, performance anxiety. Not sexually, not sexual performance anxiety, although could happen, I don't know. But performance anxiety for like outcomes like at work and stuff like that. And I realized that lots of anxiety in my case comes from a place of being so overwhelmed with what you have to do in your life, like having so many things in life that you have to do, so many tasks to complete, so many different factors, like lots to do at home, lots to do at work, lots to do personally, lots to do in, I'm a fucking busy person. I've got lots to do all the time. And there are times when I'm under more stress and more pressure. And it's when things feel overwhelming that anxiety either creeps in or literally bombards you in one fat like tsunami wave. So it's something I've learned more about myself. I didn't really understand the link between being overwhelmed with all the different areas of my life and my anxiety personally. Now I understand that a bit better thanks to last year. Obviously it was 6 months of hell, but I've learned from it, so it's good. More water. I fucking love water. Honestly, I drink a lot of water, as you might know. Like obviously, I hype it up on the podcast, but I drink a lot of water. Like today, I've already drunk about 5 liters of fluids. Probably 4.5 liters of them being water. I drink a lot of water, man. And that's why it's important as well to drink. I don't know if you can see this, natural spring water and Evian and stuff, because it's got electrolytes in it. If you drink shit loads of water and you're not replenishing your electrolytes, not good. I also take like electrolyte powder as well, kind of, or like you can do like rehydration sachets, stuff like that. It's really important to not fuck up your electrolytes for your hydration. now I'm parking that water thing, so I love my water. Back to being overwhelmed, right? So yes, I notice that when I have something very, very pressing at work, very stressful at work going on, and I've got a lot of pressure at work, that I'm slightly more prone to having anxiety. And also, like if I have overwhelming things at home, like for example, like my son will go through phases where he's like very testing and stuff, and like honestly, he's a small child. It's not unexpected, okay? It's absolutely fine. He's not even remotely a bad kid. He's a very good boy. He's a lovely child. In no way am I trying to say anything bad about my son. I love him to bits. He's doing nothing wrong. He's a small child. He's got to test his boundaries, be a bit testing. But sometimes if he's going for a little phase where he's being extra testing, being a little bit naughty and stuff, and then I've also got chores at home that are becoming so much, and I've got lots to do at home, and for example, I've got a massive project. I'm moving house next year, so I've got a massive project going through loads of my old shit and Barney's old shit and fucking getting rid of it and selling some of it, and massive projects. So I've got that takes up lots of my time. If I've got suddenly loads of chores pile up, and then you got loads of pressure at work, professional pressure, and then you got sometimes you can have like family issues as well. Like last year, part of it was like my granddad got very ill and then he died, and this was on top, and then as well I was like a little bit ill, and my mental health spiraled because I had so many things on. It spiraled into being like mad health anxiety and stuff, and oh man, all these things. It's like if one thing is wrong, you can kind of deal with it, but when everything becomes overwhelming, then for me that leads to anxiety. But for people who don't suffer with anxiety, it's not nice to feel fucking overwhelmed anyway, anxiety or not. It's not nice. I'm sure that the feeling of being overwhelmed by things will generate some mental health with people who are, do suffer from it or do have or are that way inclined. So if you hide, it doesn't go away. The thing that triggered this, when you got fucking loads on your plate, anything you put off, not good. A stitch in time saves 9. Every time you just do something now, you save exponentially more problems in the future. It saves you doing exponentially more work in the future. Do it today. Don't put off for tomorrow what can be done today. All right. Sometimes you have to put things off. You have to rearrange your schedule. You have to look at your to-do list, and something more pressing comes up, higher up your priority list comes up, and you have to delay it. Okay. It happens, but you have to just get things done, because the second you start putting things off and they start piling up and you get overwhelmed, it's not good. It's really not good. And I'm not one to particularly do this. Okay, I'm one who, I have a to-do list, a massive list of things I need to get done, and I look at every night. I look at my tomorrow. I plan every single bit of fucking time I'm going to have in that tomorrow, and fit in any of the things from the to-do list that I can get done then. And so anything else that gets put up in that day will go on to the list of things I need to do, and that will get squeezed into another day's work. Okay. So I'm very conscious of it. I don't really put off things, and maybe it's for this reason that I realize that putting things off, burying your head in the sand, ignoring things, if you hide, they don't go away, and more often than not, they just they augment, they multiply, they exponentially grow. You get more things to do. It's not good. Okay. So with that in mind, have a think. Do you do this? Do you put things off? Is there something you've been putting off you could get done? Are you that way inclined? Do you get overwhelmed by things? Should you just crack on and get things done when they arise, or at the next available opportunity, at the earliest opportunity you can get them done? In the past, I've been a chronic delayer, chronic putter offer in my past, when I was a lot more laid back, a lot more chill. Wasn't good. Wasn't good. But I don't do that now. I've changed. I prioritize getting things done because realistically, this comes from experience. I know that anything I put off, like it doesn't go away. It stays there. And normally you feel worse about it. It haunts you a bit, doesn't it? Even in your mind, it goes round and round and round, and it becomes more of a big deal than it needs to be a lot of the time. Like I mentioned on a previous one about the anxiety of phone calls. Oh, spilt some water there. It goes around and around and around in your head, and it becomes more of a big deal than it is a lot of the time. Do we want to let that happen, or do we want to address it? Bang, when it arises, not a big deal, on face value, pretty stoic about it. You know, there we go. What will be will be. I will address it, and it will not be put off. It will be done. I don't want to waffle too much here. Is there anything else I want to say? I want to say just get things done. Don't put them off. Don't bury your head in the sand. Get them done. You'll feel much better for it. Being overwhelmed is not good. Not good. Obviously, sometimes there's extraneous. Did I say that word correctly? Extraneous variables? Is that the right word? Let's hope that is the right word and I've not made myself look a fool. So there are things externally in your life that can happen that can overwhelm you. You know, for example, like my granddad getting ill and dying, you know? What can I do about that? Absolutely fuck all. All I can do is choose how I address these events, these external events. In work, you've got to do something. Sometimes there's periods where you've got lots to do, high pressure. What can you do about it? Fuck all. You just got to get on and do it, you know? A lot of these times, I'll make another video about this. A lot of these times, getting emotional about things, being on the reactive, reacting to your emotions, feeling emotions about things. A lot of the time it's pointless. A lot of the time it is genuinely pointless. And that can sound, what's the word, you know, toxic masculinity and bullshit like that. Utter bollocks. I'm not saying toxic masculinity is utter bollocks, but not being emotional about things, being linked to, you know, toxicity is not bollocks. You know, stoicism, it ain't bollocks, mate. A lot of the time, like for example, right? If I've got fucking loads of stuff to do at work, or I've got a very high pressure thing to do at work, right? And I get all emotional about it, I let it overwhelm me, I get angsty about it, and I choose, because it is a choice to let your emotions get the better of you. What benefit does that actually bring me to react emotional in that instance? I'm now going on about this topic instead of my original topic. I'm sorry. I'll make a separate video on this. But what benefit does getting emotional actually bring you? I'll link it back to the original point. So yeah, don't get emotional about things. Just get the things done. Just get the things done. Don't bury your head in the sand. Get all emotional about it. Just get the things done. But being emotional about it, negatively emotional, it doesn't benefit you. It doesn't help you get the things done. It doesn't change the situation at all, even. It just makes you feel worse about it. So choose to feel all right about it. Choose to just address it. Don't choose to bury your head in the sand and get emotional. Choose to just crack on with the things. And even if they're hard, even if they're a bit overwhelming, all right, you've got to do them. Don't bury your head in the sand. If you hide and you get emotional, they don't go away. You still got to do them, right? So do them. That's my point. Got any comments? Let me know. If you hide, they don't go away. Facts. Don't bury your head in the sand. That's all I want to say about this topic. I've got so many topics written down on my phone. I've got now 25 topics. So that's why I'm doing 2 a week, because I literally think about so many things. So many things. They come in my head and I've got to write them down. 25 topics, you know. And I'm thinking of new ones all the time. Every time I was in the shower earlier and I thought of 2 separate ones and I forgot to write them down. Forgot what they are now. I'm sure I'll have another shower and I'll remember. Maybe, hopefully. But yeah, I've got so many things to talk about. Let me know anything. You know, if you want to see something, let me know. If you like the way I did something, let me know. If you've got any, you know, if I've made you think about something, let me know. That'd be grand. I hope you enjoyed, as always. Nice one.